Ashish, your view on the technical front as well. When you look at it in the last 6 months, the stock has gone up 14%. Obviously, right now we're seeing a bit of a fall coming in the stocks in the last 5 trading sessions. But apart from that, what's your view on this one? What are the levels that they should keep an eye out on?
See, if you look at Force Motors, the price have corrected sharply from the higher levels, but it has still managed to protect the support levels of around 19,000. So I think there is still a positive hope from here on, and we can expect the stock to climb back about the levels of 23,200 on the upside. So the overall undertone can be range bound. One can possibly average out at the current level because it's a very important price action support, and we can expect the stock to eventually go to 23,000 followed by 26,000 levels.
Okay, let's move on. What's your view coming in for TTK as well as IRCTC?
See, if you look at TTK Prestige, we can see the stock has been under pressure after breaking below 520. It's now at 455, and there has been a systematic sell-off that we can see it on the charts. Having said that, I think one can maintain a stop loss of around 420 on the downside. That's a very important support. And on the upside, the stock needs to break back above that 480 mark. So it can consolidate for some time. The time horizon has to be more than a year from here on, and then we can expect some kind of a positive traction on TTK Prestige. IRCTC, again, if you look at the overall chart patterns, the stock has been under pressure, and it's not only these stocks. The selling is across the board that we can see, and IRCTC has also broken its support level of 545. Having said that, maintain a stop loss for the stock at around 510 levels, and let's see if the stock can manage to climb back above that 560 mark for a positive reversal.
Okay, thanks so much for that. Ashish, what's your view for DCM Shriram? If you could give levels for both DCM Shriram and Shriram Industries as well, in case the viewer is, they've not clarified it properly, but you could give a view on both of them, Shriram and DCM Shriram Industries.
Yes. So if you look at DCM Shriram, first, the stock has a very, very important support at around 900 because in March last year, it was at around these levels. And prior to that, again, in June of 2024, it was at the same level. So I think 900 is a very important price action support, and that should remain protected. And on the upside, we can expect the stock to bounce back towards the 1050 level. So the levels on the upside to look out for is 1050 from a short-term perspective, and 900 is an important support. As far as DCM Shriram Industries is concerned, I think the stock has a very, very important support lying near the zone of around 30 rupees. The stock is trading some just at around 34, and the support is at around 30 rupees right now. So maintain a stop loss of 30 rupees on the upside. We can expect the stock to be facing hurdle around 38 levels.
Okay, thanks for your view there.
In the month of November, we saw a very sharp decline on the stock, and it moved from around 440 levels and very sharply down. Since then, it is moving in a very consolidation phase in a range of 340 and 240. That's the range that the stock is moving, and currently it's just trading near the lower end of the range. So my suggestion would be hold on over here. Maintain 240 as a stop loss, and if the stock manages to cross that 340 mark, then there is a positive attempt towards filling the gap at 440. So in a nutshell, maintain 240 as a stop loss and see the price action at 340 levels. If it closes above it, hold on for 440 targets.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out on names. JSW Energy as well as HPCL. Ashish, what is the indication coming in here?
See, I would like to talk about first the crude oil. There is an event shock. We can already see that the crude oil price was sharply up. WTI crude oil was nearly $120, showed some kind of profit booking, and it's now at around $104. Now that $120 is very, very crucial because if you look at the charts in the month of June 2022, post the Russia-Ukraine war happened in Feb 2022, the crude oil topped out at around $122. This is WTI crude that I'm talking about. And post that, there was a series of correction that we've seen until now. And the stock and the commodity has again come back to that same level. So 122 is a very important hurdle for crude oil. If that is closed and crude oil closes above it, then I think it's going to be anyone's guess where it's going to stop. So having said that, this is going to definitely impact the oil marketing companies, and we can already start seeing that with HPCL openly gap down and sustaining there. So we are at a very important junction right now. HPCL on the chart shows a very important support of around 365. I think that level is going to be breached if crude oil crosses that 120, 122 mark. So hold on with a stop loss of 365 and possibly expecting that there can be a reversal on the upside in HPCL from here on. And as far as JSW Energy is concerned, the stock has been in a range. It is failing to cross that 500 mark. That's a resistance. Let it cross that 500 mark, and then we can expect it to go towards 580. But this is relatively outperforming, and the support on the downside for JSW Energy is going to be at around 462 levels.
Okay. View on the technicals for RailTel. They bought it at 350 rupees and making a loss. A short-term target, maybe if you could give them.
See, the stock is trading at nearly 52 weeks low. There is an important support at around 272 levels. So first, I would suggest to maintain that stop loss at 272. And if we get any kind of a pullback towards the level of 320, I would suggest to exit because the stock has been under pressure. There was a multi-month support of 320, which it broke. Retest is possible. So 320 can be the target over short term.
Names, HL as well as Jyoti Labs, what are the levels that she should be keeping an eye out on?
See, both of these stocks are from the defensive space, and I think both of these sectors can outperform in current times of uncertainty. Jyoti Lab has a very important support at around 236, 235 levels, which it has managed to protect since the start of this year, and that can be a very important support or a stop loss. And on the upside, we can expect the stock to move towards the level of 280. So the outlook is positive on Jyoti Labs with 236 as a stop loss. As far as HUL is concerned, we can see some kind of disruption over the past few days where the stock has collapsed from the levels of around about 2,300 now at 2181. But there is a very crucial support at 2140, 2150 levels for the same. So I would suggest that one can average out at these levels and eventually the stock should start showing positive move back towards the level of 2,400 and possibly higher.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on those levels.
Directly gap down and sustaining there. So we are at a very important junction right now. HPCL on the chart shows a very important support of around 365. I think that level is going to be breached if crude oil crosses that 120, 122 mark. So hold on with a stop loss of 365 and possibly expecting that there can be a reversal on the upside in HPCL from here on. And as far as JSW Energy is concerned, the stock has been in a range. It is failing to cross that 500 mark. That's a resistance. Let it cross that 500 mark, and then we can expect it to go towards 580. But this is relatively outperforming, and the support on the downside for JSW Energy is going to be at around 462 levels.
Okay.